Welcome back. So the Milwaukee Bucks are headed home. No repeat finals run this season for Giannis. Greek Freak did his part. Became the first player in NBA history with 200 points, 100 rebounds, and 50 assists in a single series. But they could have used Chris Middleton or Chris Evert or Chris Rock. Just more scoring, perhaps. Here was Giannis after his season-ending loss.
We gave everything we had. We know. Guys came together, we realized hey, we gotta get better. We gotta get better as a team. We gotta want it more. We gotta work on our game. So hopefully this moment, instead of thinking that we lost something, we can gain and learn in order for us to put ourselves in a position to win another championship. Now, if it's gonna be next year, if it's gonna be in 2 years from now, who knows? But it's gonna be somewhat hopefully that's how we play, but I don't view it as we lost.
I love this guy. I love him.
He's the best.
Nick, does Giannis deserve any blame for the Bucks losing this series?
Absolutely not. And by the way, Jenna, I didn't know that 200, 150 thing. That sounds eerily similar to Jokic's 2K, 1K, 0.5K. So I guess Giannis, even though they lost and not going to compete for a championship, MVP of the playoffs. If the NBA decides to anoint that award, I know we're doing new awards. Hey, how about that? Listen, Giannis for the series averaged, 34, 15, and 7. Giannis had 3 40-point games. Giannis at home in Game 6 had 44, 20, and 6 in what should have been the game to win the series. He didn't have Middleton. The three-point shooting went ice cold. The final 2 games of the series, Brew, the Celtics outscored Milwaukee from the three-point line by 84 points. Unprecedented and impossible to overcome. And so I thought he did it on both ends. I thought a bad game for him was yesterday, and then you look, what did he end with yesterday? 25, 20, and 9. It's like, okay. Everyone, we're going to learn this over the next decade, Brew. What LeBron did, make the finals every year, deep playoff runs every single year, does not happen. And even the greatest player in the league, particularly when his co-star is out injured for the whole series, might lose a series. So I don't put any of this on Giannis. The Celtics were better, flatly better, and I give them all the credit in the world. I don't look at it like, Giannis just didn't show up the way it felt like Durant didn't show up in some games in round 1, or Booker didn't show up at the end of the Suns-Mavs series.
Yeah, look, you said it. Boston was just the better team. You can argue, Nick, that they won 5 of the 7 games, right? I mean, we know Game 5 was theirs for the taking, and they just kind of threw it away. So they were the better team. Giannis was fantastic, played much better than Kevin Durant did against this same Celtics team in the first round. But I can't, and I don't know if blame is too strong a word, because he did about what you could do. But Giannis, I can't say he did everything he could have done. All right, we didn't expect Giannis to shoot 45%, right? He shot 57% in the previous 2 postseasons. Postseasons, not one series, the whole postseason. And he was 45% in this series. He shot 66% from the free throw line, which is below his 72% career free throw percentage. So he missed some shots. And yesterday, missed shots he should have made. Yesterday, that was a 5-point game at halftime. And Giannis went 4 for 16 for 8 points in the second half. Again, I'm not killing him. I'm just saying there were things he could have done. And here's the thing, Nick. He missed 7 layups yesterday. 7 right there. Now, I know most of them or many of them are contested. They're contested shots, but I also know Giannis is 7 feet tall, and the biggest Celtic is 6'9", biggest one that got on the court. So he was talking to himself as well, saying, look, there are things I can do better. And so while I don't want to make this a Giannis didn't show up like Nick, he was great. But there are things you can point to. And in a series that was 7 games, that all but the last game was nip and tuck, and even that game was tight until midway through the third quarter. If Giannis hits a few of these bunnies and layups that he's missing, hits a few more free throws over the course of the series, maybe they can win that thing instead of going home in the second round.
See, I think what resonates with people, Broussard, is that Giannis always feels like he's going to get better, that we haven't seen the best from Giannis. And although I think we talked about it a lot on the broadcast, where the time that it used to take him to shoot those free throws, Nick, he's like, oh, you know what? I need to get rid of that. I need to shoot faster free throws, and he did.
Right.
And his free throw percentage in the regular season went up from 68 to 72. So there's sense of him improving and getting better.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is this. I don't know if because of that and because he's so good in these press conferences that the media kind of takes it easy on him a little bit. Like, he'll hit that big three, and it's like, oh, that's right, Stan Van. That's why he's brave enough to take that shot. Like, all right, he shot 25% in the postseason from three. Like, that's nothing to celebrate. So I have these kind of dueling takes where, one, I love Giannis, and I like the fact that he's always getting better, but he's the best player in the world, but the game is still incomplete, and we probably take it easy on him a little bit. Like, we're not letting any other superstars shoot 25%.
No, you don't take it easy on him.
Everyone takes it easy on him.
Wait a minute, guys. No, it's not taking it easy on him. It's acknowledging that if we are going to crush Giannis, then what we are saying is every player in the league is not good enough. And that's not exactly a fun way to do it. If the best guy in the league, who's one of the hardest working guys in the league, whose game has only gotten better, if we also say he's not good enough, then they're all just fighting the ghosts of LeBron James and Michael Jordan, and that's not right. Statistically speaking, this was the second best series of his career. The only thing that was better was last year's finals. And you know what, Brew? The percentage reminds me of a bit. To me, this was almost a poor man's version of LeBron's 2015 finals. LeBron in those finals was 36, 13, and 9 on bad efficiency without his second best player against a far better overall team. Giannis this series was 34, 15, and 7 on, by his standards, subpar efficiency without his second best player against a team that we now can say is better. You mentioned the Boston could have won Game 5. They also could have forced overtime in Game 3, Brew. That was the Marcus Smart free throw attempted tip-in game that Boston almost came. Milwaukee only won Game 1 convincingly. The other ones were either some levels of escapes. And I thought Giannis, if Game 6 Giannis had been just okay, 26 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, that'd be one thing. Game 6 was supposed to be the game. And Giannis answered the bell resoundingly. He just did it in a night where Jason Tatum had the best game of his career. You tip your hat. Sometimes it's not about blame, it's about credit. And to me in this series, except for Grayson Allen and Mike Budenholzer for playing Grayson Allen, Budenholzer's back on my little hot seat for the Grayson Allen stuff. I don't love it. I don't know what's going on there. Aside from Grayson, I feel like everyone just deserves credit for what they did.
Well, nobody's killing him, though, Nick. I don't think anybody's killing Giannis. Wild's even, I don't think anybody's killing him. We're just pointing out a few things. You can't say he was perfect, which, of course he wasn't.
No, of course.
A few things he could have done better.
Of course.
All right, let's set it aside. Let's head back out west. CP3 was not perfect. Devin Booker was not perfect.